My name is Patrick Barker and we're here at Lodge Farm, Westhorpe in Suffolk. We are a family farming partnership. We're farming 545 hectares of our own, and we also do the same again in contracting and environmental contracting. We are a leaf demonstration farm, and it's really important for us to be working with organisations like LEAF because our commitment to the way we farm, the way we manage our natural environment, and the links we have with the general public, the local community and local schools all fits together within the envelope of LEAF. We are also the AHDB strategic farm for the East for cereals and oilseeds. So we're here on Beckles Series Boulder clay, which is good old sticky, heavy Suffolk clay. So this farm grows cereals really well. So predominantly 2/3 of our rotation will be in winter wheat at any one time. So it's good wheat growing ground. But then we also have break crops, oilseed rape, spring beans, spring barley, and we grow herbage ryegrass as a seed crop as well. So for us, that extended rotation means that we can manage our blackgrass, we can get on top of our crop pests, we can make sure that everything we do is for the best interests of the farm and the natural environment.
So I'm Jo Hayward, I'm a catchment sensitive senior advisor for Norfolk and Suffolk. Standing here on Lodge Farm on this beautiful sunny day, it drains into two different catchments. The River Waveney catchment for a large part of the farm, and the other part of the farm drains to the Little Ouse catchment. So for the River Waveney, the main diffuse pollution issues are nitrates, phosphates, sediments and pesticides. And for the Little Ouse catchments, it's phosphates and sediments. Catchment sensitive farming works with local farmers and other organisations to help improve water quality. So it's looking at really reducing those diffuse pollution sources, and we're also looking at to improve air quality, which matches in nicely with the work that Patrick's doing on the farm.
Where we're standing now is one of our HDB trials on this farm. This is an area where we have a flowering strip around this whole field, which is in winter wheat, but also we've got a flowering strip running right up the middle of the field as well. And we're looking at creating habitat for our beneficial predatory insects. So insects such as money spiders, wasps, hoverflies, all those insects that make up our natural environment that we know eat crop pests. This study has been designed to see which beneficial predatory insects are feeding on the crop pests in the field, so the aphids and all the other bugs and all the other different creatures that could be doing damage to our crop. And we're trying to work out whether there's a way, by creating this habitat, we can do away with the need for insecticides in future crops. On this farm, the farmer, the spray operator and the agronomist all look at the different pest threshold levels when making decisions about spraying. But what we're trying to do is we're trying to create an environment where actually we don't need that, because the insects on the farm are doing the work for us. On this farm, we've used insecticides twice in the last 10 years, and they were for very specific pest outbreaks. What we want to be doing is we want to be working in harmony with our natural environment, not against it. So the flowering margins we've got around the edge of these fields are also dual purpose, so they're buffering the main watercourses as well. Where we are buffering watercourses with these wildflower margins, it means that our farming operations are further away from the water. There's far reduced chances of any contaminants getting into those watercourses, and we're making a better countryside for the people who are out here walking as well. We always look at the way we farm with a whole farm ecosystem approach. So we're trying to make sure that the cropped areas complement the environmental areas, and these environmental areas complement the cropping areas. And by doing that, I mean that everywhere where we've got a beneficial predatory insect, that is eating crop pests. And if we're able to provide habitat for all these species, then the whole farm is much more alive, it's much more cost effective, we're using less spray chemicals because it all fits together, and we have a much better farm as a result of it. There's been a lot of research on this farm into overwinter cover crops, and these are seed mixes that are sown after harvest directly into a stubble with a view to having green cover running right the way through until spring crops are established the following year. The HDB research that was funded by Essex and Suffolk Water has shown that in areas that are left on the plough or as a stubble, the residual nitrogen just disappears straight into the watercourses. In areas where we're growing cover crops, those nitrates are being taken back up out of the ground and being held. So what was going into the watercourse is actually being retained for our next year's crops to be making use of. Not only are we looking at the different plants in the way they take up nitrogen, but also the rooting structure means that this area won't sit wet, it won't be waterlogged, and we've got much more porous soil as a result. So in this area we have a lot of farmers who are really keen to look at how they can progress their businesses, how they can do better environmental work, and how they can get the most out of the landscape, looking at a way of farming that is more diverse but also progressive. So we all came together and formed a farm cluster called the High Suffolk Farm Cluster, and this is covering over 4,000 hectares in this area, and we're hoping that this will go on and give everyone an opportunity to improve themselves, improve their farms and improve the natural environment.
The cluster groups are really great. It's about farmers working together, producing good environmental benefits for the environment, and from CSF point of view it's really useful because a lot of them are focusing on improving water quality. So there's quite a few experiments going on about looking at the nitrate runoffs and seeing how they can put in buffer strips or mitigation measures. Catchment sensitive farming can advise farmers, actually come out and visit farmers and advise farmers to help reduce runoff, to help improve soil health, reduce compaction, looking at water quality. We also advise farmers on air quality, natural flood management features and also on water resources.